Alright, I wanted to do a little video today on overweight and obese Aussie kids. From a statistic point of view, we have about 1 in every 4 Aussie kids is either overweight or obese. It has been increasing for quite some time. Obesity rates in kids have tripled since the 1980s. We look at why are kids heavier now than they were in decades gone by. A couple of fundamentals are the food that kids eat has changed significantly. Kids eat a lot less of fruit and veggies and whole grains. Kids eat a lot more, lollies and chips and takeaway food. Kids are also less physically active, so they spend a lot more time, playing video games, watching TV, watching smartphones and iPads and these sort of things. A lot more screen time, and with that takes time away from the things we used to do more of, things like playing sport. If you look at the breakdown of which groups are suffering more from this as an issue, there's certainly, it's not spread evenly as a health issue. So Aussie kids who live in regional areas and remote areas much more likely to be overweight or obese. Also poor kids, it's about the same. Kids who are living in poorer environments much more likely to be overweight or obese. And the other one, which is pretty interesting, also a bit sensitive, but it's kids who grow up in single parent households. If there's only one parent running a household, there's a number of factors at play that will affect food that kids are served up and whatnot. A single parent obviously has significantly less time than if there's 2 parents trying to run a household, so less time to plan meals, organise meals. Also likely to have a much lower household income if there's only one income coming into the house, so food insecurity is more likely to be an issue for single parent households. A couple of other things as well that tend to drive the overweight and obesity issue is kids who are having less sleep. The kids are sleeping less than ever. Big part of that comes down to screen time. Like, kids are much more likely to have an iPad or a computer or a smartphone in their bedroom. Heaps of screen time. And the thing that comes with screen time is advertising. So I think on average it's about 30,000 TV advertisements a kid gets exposed to per year. Kids now get pummeled with a lot of advertising, mainly of junk food type stuff. One of the other changes that has happened over the last few decades is the shift to two parents or 2 adults in the household being employed. So our grandparents' generation, generally you would have one parent working and the other one staying at home and running the house, whereas now most households rely on both parents working to pay the mortgage. So with both people working, you just don't have the time to plan and go shopping and cook meals if people are racing home from work, picking up kids from school and daycare, and then trying to get a healthy meal on the table. Much harder than back in the day when one parent was at home and had time to plan those things. And it doesn't matter whether it's a woman staying at home or a man staying at home. The research shows that if all adults are working in the house, leads to significantly less healthy food choices.